Hey there, Coach Bo here with 80/20 Baseball with another Diamond Insight. These Diamond Insight videos are for players to elevate their game faster by seeing it on the big screen and breaking it down. In this video, we're going to look at some pitching delivery stuff and what we can learn as pitchers to have a better pitching delivery. And this is a great example right here of one of the most important things that doesn't get talked about a whole lot, but one of the most important things when it comes to the pitching delivery, and that is the hip and glute lead. We often hear about the hinge, the sink, the sit on that back leg right here, right? We talk a lot about that in the pitching community. Not a lot of talk about this right here. Look how far out that is. Let's take a look at these mechanics in slow motion. This is a great job. Let me pause it right there. This is a great job of two things right here. Two things that are really good. One is eyes are level. Eyes are level, and this is possible because he's keeping really good torso posture. His torso posture is really good. It's harder to see from this angle than it would be from center field or home plate, but you can tell he's got good posture, and we know he has good posture because there's been zero head movement through the leg lift. He got his leg all the way to here, so he got it up here, right? He's got his leg up pretty high, this leg lift, leg kick, knee lift. I call it a leg lift. That's a good height on that, and he has not lost his posture at all. He didn't tilt back. You'll see a lot of pitchers as they lift, they start to tilt back. He does a great job of keeping that posture. Nice solid base right here, nice solid post leg. Excellent start here, but what comes next is really what stands out. You'll see his hip start to push forward right here. Starts to push forward with his glute and his hip glute lead. A lot of talk is about the hinge, but I think what sets the hinge more than anything is the hip glute push, the hip glute lead, and also maintaining the correct posture through the leg lift. If you can maintain good posture through the leg lift and you get that hip glute lead out in front, not too far, but enough, then you're really going to have a lot of success. As you start to go down the mound, you're going to naturally just get into a good hinge, a good sink, an optimal sink. That'll kind of take care of itself if you get those two things right. Probably the best I've seen in the last 40 years is Pedro Martinez. Go look at video of him. Pedro Martinez was awesome with his hip glute lead. Pitchers, when you have good hip glute lead down the slope, down the mound, if you have your hip and glute leading the way down, there are two big benefits here. This is what I'm looking at. You got his post leg, you got his head here. You can see that hip glute lead right there really well in this freeze frame. What I like is he's not falling back too much this way, right? He's staying back here and pushing this out. You don't want to tilt back. If you tilt back, it defeats the whole purpose, and then you really got other issues stemming from that. But by having the hip and glute lead go first, you're going to leverage the lower half a lot more. You're going to utilize the lower half a lot more, saving your arm, and then you're also allowing your arm path to do its thing so you can consistently get to a good release point. I'm a big fan of that sink here. That's important stuff, but I think a priority even in front of that is maintaining torso posture through the hip lead and then getting that hip and glute to push out in front and lead the way down the mound. And then as you get here, the sink will work itself out very nicely. The hinge will work out really nicely if you get those two things in order first. It's not a guarantee, but it gives you a great chance at a great hinge. A really good delivery. Here it is a little faster. Watch this go forward. This stays put. This, of course, stays put. Really clean. He doesn't push his hips forward too aggressively. He's got really good sink here. But what I also like is this deception. He's really got good deception. He's very deceptive. It's really hiding that ball really well. Hitters are most likely going to pick the ball up late off this pitcher. Check out that right there. You don't want to get outside of this leg. If you get outside of that leg, you're going to be pitching uphill too much. Unless you're Sandy Koufax, I wouldn't recommend that. So he's got this right here. The deception's really good here. Now let's take a look at his stride length. Good stride length there. You never want to overstride. You don't want to understride. You really want to get the optimal stride length, and it should feel like it's in rhythm and synced up. Pitchers, the stride length is very important. Each pitcher is going to be a little bit different. Often I see pitchers understride, and I also see pitchers overstride. Finding that stride distance is super important to find one that works really well for you, where you're extending out but not overextended. And the last thing is a great finish. Nice finish all the way through. Great leg lift. Great posture through the leg lift, great hip glute lead, good deception, good stride length, good finish. A lot of good things going on right here. He does take his eyes off the target a little bit right here. If you look closely, he'll look down. I like pitchers to keep their eyes locked on the target the whole time. I know most pitchers don't, but a lot of the great pitchers who are consistent with their command and control lock in. It also, if anything, keeps their head level, their eyes level. He looks down a little bit. You'll see right there, he glances down to the side and then picks up the target a little late. Getting a little nitpicky on that. Really good stuff all around with this pitcher here. A lot to learn. This has been Coach Bo with 80/20 Baseball, some diamond insight on pitching this time. You can see a lot more over at 8020baseball.com.